Hey, good evening. It's November 12th, Thursday evening. Thanks so much for being here tonight. What a really encouraging thought in continuing to look at Proverbs 9 and the call of the woman wisdom to those of us who are not so bright sometimes, and we need to hear what God's called us to do and the beauty of his wisdom. So as we read this morning, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is insight. As I know God more, the purpose is not to make me better in God's eyes, but so I can know him more, because that's the richness of what it means to him. Jesus says he is the one who is life. Moses reminds us these words are not just idle words for you. These words are your life. And this life is knowing God in a way which is beyond, it transcends everything in this life and connects us to the next life. And it's the wisdom and insight of God that does that. In verse 11, following that, and again, this is parallel thoughts, picking up on this idea of insight. Surely through wisdom your days will be many, and years of life will be added to you. Now we might think, okay, I get a few more years added on, but that's such a big deal. And I don't mean to diminish that, but in the scheme of things, it may not seem like much. But here's a key factor here. And Bruce Walke points this out again in his commentary on Proverbs. In Proverbs, the days of life, the days of the wise, in contrast to those of fools, end in life, not death. Do you catch the beauty of that? When we die, and our physical bodies die, it doesn't end in death, it ends in life. It opens up into life. So when this encouragement here, surely through wisdom your days will be many, and years of life will be added to you. The structure here in the Proverbs is not talking about earthly life primarily. It's talking about the years of eternity will be added to you. That's beautiful. That's the insight that God is calling us to. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Knowledge of the Holy One is insight. This deep abiding knowledge of what it means to know him, where I have trust, I have awe, combined with fear. I see God for who he is. That gives me insight to know that this world is not marked by the gravestone. This world is marked life here for the righteous that know God. It's open into eternity. So in the Proverbs, when we're talking about the days of the wise, they don't end in the grave. They end in life. Those who despise God, the grave is the end, not the beginning. But for us who know him, the days of the wise lead to life. The end leads to life. That's the promise we need to be able to talk to with our children, so that when things go well with them, enjoy long life on the earth. Yes, but it doesn't end here. It moves into eternity. And that's worth living for. That's the hope that we have this night. This truly is a beautiful thing, what God has called us to. His days are days of hope. Surely through wisdom your days will be many, and years of life will be added to you. Rest well with that this night, my friends, and we'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Good night.